All right, let's dive in. Today, we're not just talking about building an app. We are literally unpacking the founder's blueprint for creating a digital real estate empire, right from scratch. So, if you've ever found yourself thinking, man, what does it really take to build the next Zillow? Well, you've come to the right place.
So, are you that person? Are you thinking about totally shaking up the real estate market? Do you look at how things are done and think, you know what? There's a better way to connect buyers, sellers, and agents. That ambition is huge, but guess what? The path to actually get there is way clearer than you might think.
And that right there is the key. This isn't just some technical checklist of features. Nope. What we're digging into today is a strategic guide, a business blueprint. It shows you how to build a platform that doesn't just, list properties. It's about building an entire ecosystem around them.
So here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with timing. Why now is the perfect moment? Then we'll get clear on what these platforms really are. We'll meet the 4 essential groups of people you need to build for. We'll see how data actually turns into dollars. Then we'll pop the hood and look at the tech, and we'll wrap up with the single biggest decision you've got to make right at the beginning.
Okay, first things first. Let's tackle the timing. Why is this such a massive opportunity right now? Because understanding the why is absolutely crucial before you can even think about the how.
The big reason? It's all about a massive shift in how people behave. The days of just relying on an agent you meet offline, they're fading, fast. Today's buyers and renters, they live on their phones. They expect everything to be instant, transparent, and digital first. They want verified listings, pricing history, neighborhood stats, all of it. And your platform, it's built to deliver exactly that.
And let's talk about the money, because the business model here, it's incredibly profitable. Think about it. Real estate is all about high-value transactions, right? So even a tiny slice of that pie is huge. And that opens the door for so many different ways to make money. We're talking agent subscriptions, featured listings, lead fees, even good old-fashioned ad revenue. It's a model that's just built to scale.
All right, next up, we need to get crystal clear about what we're actually building here. This is so much more than just a website with pretty pictures of houses. We are defining what a modern real estate platform truly is.
And here's the definition you need to remember. A Zillow-like app is a data-driven marketplace. That's the key. It's not some passive gallery of listings. No, it's an engine that's actively using data to connect all the key players and make transactions happen.
And this comparison really drives the point home. Old school websites, they were just a one-way street of static info. But modern platforms, they create this dynamic, living ecosystem. They solve real, painful problems, like how hard it is for buyers to find the right place, or how agents get stuck with terrible leads. You're creating value for everyone.
Now, to make that ecosystem actually work, you can't just build for one person. You have to build for everyone who uses it. That means really understanding the 4 key players who will live and breathe on your platform. For the buyers and renters, your value is all about empowerment. You're solving their biggest headaches by giving them these powerful tools to cut through the noise, tons of data to make smart decisions, and super easy ways to save what they like and get in touch with an agent when they're finally ready.
Then you've got the sellers and the property owners, the people who provide your inventory. For them, you're offering control and insight. They're not flying blind anymore. They get these slick dashboards to see exactly how their listing is doing, tools to manage who's interested. You're giving them a direct hand in marketing their most valuable asset.
And of course, the agents and brokers, this is your monetization engine. You're not just selling them leads here, you're giving them a whole toolkit to build their business, a place to build their brand, a central hub to manage their pipeline, and the analytics to prove it's all working. This is the value they will happily pay for.
And finally, there's you, the platform admin. You need the master controls, right? This means tools to keep an eye on listings and users, manage all your pricing plans, track the growth of your platform, and have solid fraud prevention in place. This is basically the command center for your entire operation.
Okay, so we know who the players are, but how does this whole machine actually work? Let's follow the journey of how a piece of raw data gets turned into actual revenue. This is the core operational flow.
It's really a 5-step process. First, you pull in property data from all over the place. Second, you clean it all up and verify it, because trust is everything. Third, you make those shiny, clean listings searchable on your platform. Fourth, you capture a user's interest as a lead. And finally, step 5, you monetize it by sending those leads to agents and selling premium spots. Simple, elegant, and super effective.
Okay, now for the really fun part, especially for all you builders out there. Let's look inside the engine and talk about the actual tech that makes all of this possible.
A really big decision you'll make early on is your architecture, monolith or microservices. A monolith, which is just one big unified codebase, is way faster to get launched. But as you grow, it can get really complicated. Microservices, on the other hand, break the app into these little independent parts. It's more work up front, but way easier to scale later. A lot of successful platforms actually start as a monolith and then shift to microservices as they get bigger. It's all about planning for success from day one.
Now let's talk about your secret weapon, AI. This is what's going to give your platform that intelligent, almost magical edge. AI-powered home valuations give users confidence. Personalized recommendations keep them coming back for more. And chatbots, they provide instant help 24/7. This isn't some sci-fi fantasy. This is the new standard for creating an amazing user experience. Okay, we've covered the why, the what, and the how. Now we get to the grand finale of our blueprint, facing the real-world challenges and making your first and probably most critical strategic decision.
Let's be real for a second. This is not an easy journey. There are hurdles. Keeping your data accurate is a constant battle because one outdated listing can destroy trust. You're going to have to navigate this whole web of complex real estate data rules. And then there's that classic cold start problem. How do you get buyers if you have no listings? And how do you get listings if you have no buyers? Solving these puzzles is the name of the game.
And all of that brings you to your first huge decision. How are you actually going to build this thing? You've basically got 3 paths. Path 1, build it all from scratch. You get total control, which is great, but it's going to cost a lot and it's going to take a long time. Path 2, use a SaaS platform. Super fast, super cheap, but you're really limited in what you can customize. Then there's a third option.
The key takeaway from our research is this: a clone solution often hits that perfect sweet spot. You get to start with a proven foundation, which gets you to market way faster and saves a ton of money up front. But, and this is critical, you still own it and you have the flexibility to customize it and really make it your own. It's the balanced approach for winning. So, there you have it. The complete blueprint, from the market opportunity all the way to your first big decision. All the core pieces are right here, laid out for you. The only question left is the most important one of all. What are you going to build with it?